Hi everybody, I'm Carl Gordon. This is my wife Jamie. Welcome to At Home with Gordon Homes. That name may change, we haven't really decided just yet. So also joining us, because if you have dogs, you know how this goes, is Bijou and Hank. So want to just do a little intro and say hi and tell you a little bit about what we envision for this new venture of a YouTube channel, and hopefully it'll make sense. So, want to start?
Sure. So let's see, we've been in our current house since Christmas Eve of 2019. We were lucky enough to have, 10 friends show up on Christmas Eve to help us move. So we are surrounded by lovely, wonderful, supportive people in our family. We have 4 children, one still at home, but with 1 foot out the door. So what else? We enjoy home improvement, gardening, cooking. Carl has all sorts of mechanical talents and tractors, and we're just thinking we'd bring you guys along and maybe you can learn something from our mistakes along the way.
So we really enjoy a lot of the homesteading type things. We're big believers in doing it yourself if you have the ability to do it the right way, and calling in professionals when that's needed as well. So Jamie does a lot of canning and meal prep, and she's really good with design. We'll show you our Halloween time mantle decorations and stuff here in probably another short video. So overall we have a pretty complementary skill set. We're really lucky that way, and we try to get some stuff done. So our last house we were in for 4 years, and it was a solid house, but it was super ugly and super dated. And in 4 years, we were able to kind of rehab that and make a really nice profit on it, which allowed us to get into this home, which is about 1,900 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. But the big thing that caused us to buy this property was it's on 14 acres. So we have a stream in the back, we've got woods, we've got field, and you guys will be seeing a lot of that as we go through. But we just love this property, and we're only about 10 minutes outside of several towns, so it's a really convenient location for us. So we're going to catch you up initially with some older videos we've done. We put in a big garden, we've done a couple small projects around the house here, so we'll kind of go back and edit those together and put them up, and then point forward we're going to start doing a little bit of everything really. We just finished recording some canning videos and some meal prep videos. Thank you, Bijou. So we'll be showing you guys those. And what else have we got going on?
Well, you're going to see that our house was built in 92?
93, but close enough.
Mid-90s, so it is the epitome of a mid-90s build. We have golden oak everywhere, there's white carpet, so we'll bring you guys along as we kind of update to our aesthetic. You can kind of get an example of kind of what we're going for. This behind us.
They can't really. With the frame, they can't see it.
Well,
you can see the very bottom of the mantle we put in recently. We'll show you more on that later.
Yes, so we will show you some of the projects that we have mostly finished. It's kind of our MO to get to about 85% done and then move on to something else, but maybe do as we say, not as we do.
Or maybe you guys provide us the motivation to actually finish some projects to completion. So, but you're going to see a lot of different stuff. So like canning and meal prepping, gardening, harvesting. That's a big chunk of a lot of what Jamie does, which takes up a lot of time and effort, especially in the warmer months. But we found really, really rewarding. We'll show you down a little bit through our canning area where we store that stuff in the basement and some of our freezer stuff. And then we'll also get into some of the more practical stuff. We're going to be doing flooring here in the area we're sitting in soon, so we'll be showing you that. Paint and exterior stuff. We'll take you through some of the projects that we've done since we've been in this home. So,
yeah, this winter, like Carl said, we plan to do the flooring on the first floor, but we're also going to be putting in a workshop in the basement. We will likely be working in our dining room to convert that into kind of a bar / storage area. But a lot of what you're going to see from us is real world stuff. We're normal people with normal bank accounts that work full time. So we have to save our money to do our projects, just like everyone else does. We do them a little bit at a time. We do them, when we have the time, energy, money, motivation, all of those things, just like normal people do. So Carl owns a business here in mid-Michigan, and that keeps him really busy. I work full-time from home and out of the home a little bit. And we have a lot of interests that we hope will translate well into this channel.
And our business is a home inspection business, so primarily for real estate transactions, we go in and look at the house for the buyers and tell them what's going on. So you'll be seeing a little bit of that as well. Some tips and tricks. You're going to see some interviews with some local experts, from roofers to bankers to pest control people to all kinds of different things to give you a little bit of professional advice or guidance. You're going to see a lot of our mistakes. We're not going to edit that stuff out. We're pretty as you see us kind of people. So if something doesn't work, we're going to tell you it didn't work. And actually, I think in the chicken video you did, there was a piece of that.
Yep. And in the garden,
in
we
the
have
garden,
to redo the garden fence. So
yeah, there's some areas that aren't going to work. And we're going to show you that as well. So you're going to see the good, bad, and the often ugly. And kind of see how it goes. We're not going to be camera ready all the time. Hair might be a mess. We don't do makeup, and we obviously don't have professional lighting and all that sort of thing. We're filming this primarily with our phones on a little gimbal. So that will be interesting to see how that evolves too. We might even get into a little bit of what comes into play about how we selected the equipment we're using and editor we're using, mostly because it was cheap or free. And we'll go from there. So we hope you guys enjoy the channel. Like I said, you'll probably hear us hollering at the dogs a lot because, well, they like to make noise and we're trying to record video.
This is very unusual for this one to be calm and quiet. Usually he's psychotic running through the house. But yeah, all that stuff that Carl said, we have, like I said, a 16-year-old with one foot out the door who's concerned that, they won't know how to do all of the grown-up things. So, I hope that I can help show through videos that our 16-year-old can reference, and maybe you can show your teenagers things that they can reference. We really feel like we can teach some things so that you guys can not struggle in some of the ways that we have struggled.
For sure. And and a lot of it is just appeasing and teaching some of those life skills. And like I said, our teenager in particular is really concerned lately about those, even though we're a year or two out from that. But we're going to help to develop some of those skills. Even some basic things like how do you change a car tire? How do you check your oil in your car? How do you set up a utility account? How do you pay your bills online? So we're going to cover some of that really basic life skills type of stuff. And throughout this, in case I didn't mention, we're kind of sweary sometimes. So we're going to do our best to keep it PG, but don't be surprised if you hear a little bit of salty language here and there.
We're normal people who say normal things.
Pretty much. So I think that's about everything, right?
I think so. This channel is going to, I'm sure, evolve along the way. Please let us know if there are things that you would like to hear about or things that you're particularly interested in. Try to give us some grace as we're learning. Don't eviscerate us in the comments.
But if you have some constructive criticism
Sure.
or things you might like to see, we'd love to hear that too. This is a huge learning experience for us.
Absolutely.
We're both reasonably everyday tech savvy people, but when you get into the video and the editing and the YouTubing and the Instagramming and all that stuff, we don't have a clue what we're doing. So it's going to be kind of a great experiment and see how it does. So if you have some useful advice or criticism, we'd love to hear that. We definitely would like to hear your content ideas. So if you have something in particular that you might want to see, or a thought, maybe we could develop something, we would love to hear that, because we've got a bunch of ideas right now, but we're probably going to deplete those fairly quickly. So any guidance or advice that you guys might have, we'd love to hear. So
yeah, we both really enjoy helping people. I think that's kind of the be all end all that we would like to see for this channel, that it helps somebody. We'd like to get to know you guys. Let us know if you guys are business owners, what you guys like to do. We really do want to know about that stuff as well.
For sure. So we hope you enjoy the channel. It's going to be a fun ride, I think. Probably a little bumpy initially. But like Jamie said, give us a little grace and a little forgiveness if you can. We're just doing this for fun. And to share some of the information that we have. So we hope you guys enjoy it. We hope you find it useful. We'll also be referencing some similar channels that we really enjoy watching. Jamie in particular has a lot of the homesteading and canning and some of those types of folks, that we'll make sure and reference them and put those in the comments as we go along.
Well, and then you like all the tractor stuff and the car stuff. So it's going to be a very eclectic channel. I don't know if people like that, but if you're interested and want to follow us along, is this where we're supposed to say you can subscribe and like our channel?
Oh, they're supposed to click a thing and ring on a thing, and they're supposed
We'll
to be
put a link
bell
here.
Yeah, it probably won't.
We're
wind
still
up
learning
there,
all the lingo. We're also old, so.
Yeah, I mean, pretty typical middle America. So, but ultimately, if you do like and subscribe, share the page around, and we would really appreciate that. So, yeah, this is definitely going to be eclectic. I think that's a great way to put it. So, if nothing else, tune in to figure out what the heck we're up to this week, and we'll go from there. So,
And
from our home to your, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's a beautiful day. The sun is shining in Michigan, and it doesn't last long in November. So
we're going to get to work. So, thanks so much for watching this. Hope we didn't ramble too awful much, and we will be seeing you very soon.
bye, guys.